If you find these carved wood college mascot statues out picking, pick them up. Some of the values of these guys will shock you. Welcome in, everyone. So I'm going to take you through 10 sales, 5 eBay, 5 Etsy sales. So I'm going to start it off with eBay. So first off, we have this minor league baseball pennant, Denver Zephyrs vintage full-size 29-inch pennant. Minor league baseball pennants can do great. You have to comp out every one. It's hard to tell just by looking at them if it's a $20 pennant or $150 pennant. So you got to comp them all out. This one was decent, not on the high end, but this one sold for $34.99 plus shipping. I charge $6 for pennant shipping. I ship them rolled, lightly rolled in a 12 by 6 by 6 inch box. Next up is another pennant, much rarer pennant. This is a 1963 Los Angeles Dodgers roster pennant. List all the names of the players around the graphic on the left side of the pennant. Included some big names, Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale. This pennant does not show up often. I bought this in a large bulk buy of dead stock pennants on my channel about a year ago, a little over a year. I paid a lot, but there was a few of these in there. Rare pennant. This pennant sold for $269.99 plus shipping. Still going to ship this guy lightly rolled, even though it's a higher dollar pennant. It's a soft felt pennant. Very safe to ship it lightly rolled. Then we have this little 1955 Dairy Queen Tasty Freeze baseball player statue. These are small plastic statues, about 2 inches tall. This is a statue of Roy Campanella, Brooklyn Dodgers catcher. These can do pretty well. Some are more rare than others. This was in nice condition. This one sold for $44.99 plus shipping. Some vintage hockey jerseys are definitely a bolo. This is one of them. This is a 1990s starter brand jersey. 90s starter hockey jerseys. Buy them when you see them. These sell very well. Sell very quick generally. This was a New York Rangers Brian Leach hockey jersey. Nice condition. When I bought it, it did have a little staining, but washed out perfectly. Cleaned up very nice. Nice condition. Paid $20 in one of my recent YouTube videos. This one sold for $116.99 plus shipping. It's a nice strong sale. Then we have a vintage NFL football program. This was a 1960 Philadelphia Eagles versus New York Giants program. This was a situation where I actually sourced this in a lot of programs on eBay. You can definitely source for resale on eBay. That was primarily how I would source back in the day, maybe a couple years ago. I would constantly be searching eBay for those hidden gems or bulk, larger lots that I could break up, make money. I don't do it nearly as much as I used to, just because I bought some large bulk collections that I don't need to buy. I still do buy for YouTube content, but I don't need to source on eBay anymore. But I did in this situation because I knew in this lot, I bought a lot of Eagles programs. I think there were 11 Eagles programs in this lot. Paid $90 plus shipping. There were 58, 59, and 60 programs. But this program was the reason I bought the lot, because this program is from a significant game. Eagles versus Giants, Yankee Stadium. And this is a game where Chuck Bednarik laid a vicious historic hit on Frank Gifford. You might remember this image of Bednarik standing over the unconscious Frank Gifford, who was concussed, ended up going to the hospital, and would retire from football after this hit for some time. He ended up coming back later and playing again, but historic hit. This hit was towards the end of the game. In that game, the Eagles would win and would basically clinch them the NFC, and they would go on to win the 1960 NFL championship game over the Green Bay Packers. So historic game with a historic hit, with a historic play, especially in Philadelphia Eagles lore. This program sold for $89.99 plus shipping. On to Etsy. So I'm going to start off Etsy with 3 hat sales. So first, we have this 1980s Houston Astros dead stock, beautiful color, snapback, trucker style hat. Trucker style meaning the mesh, the back is mesh. Generally speaking, 80s hats, with some exceptions, are less valuable than 90s hats. This hat still sold relatively well because it is nice condition, great color. This hat sold for $39.99 plus shipping. I ship all my hats in 10 by 8 by 6-inch boxes. So nice Astros hat there. Next hat sale, we have a 90s hat. So this is a Game brand New York Mets hat. So Game brand, you'll see the little Game brand logo there, the G inside the square, always on the back of the Game brand hats. This is a Game brand triple bar style model hat with the 3 lines. They call that triple bar. Desirable model hat. So definitely buy these when you see them. This one's very nice condition. This hat sold for $54.99 plus shipping. Another style hat to look out for, vintage bucket hats. Bucket hats are definitely popular now, trending. People like to wear bucket hats, especially if you're going to a game in the summer, a baseball game at Citizens Bank Park or wherever you might be going, and it's a 90-degree day. Bucket hats are nice. You get the little extra sun coverage on the back of your neck. So these do sell well. This happens to be a sports specialty brand bucket hat. It doesn't have to be a sports specialty brand to sell decent. This hat sold for $49.99 free shipping. Go Phils. So this item being popular right now, not surprising with Caitlin Clark having her historic run as a women's college basketball player. But here we have a 1980s University of Iowa button-up style jacket or coat. A nice Iowa sewn letter on the back of the neck, on the neck flap. Nice condition. This jacket sold for $89.99 free shipping. So lastly, the item that I mentioned in my intro as something to be on the lookout for are carved wood college mascot statues. This one, very large, like 12-inch Western Reserve Red Cats mascot statue. This one's a bit of a intriguing statue because no one, at least that I'm aware of, knows who made this style statue. There's no maker on these. These were made in a large 12-inch version like this one and a smaller like 6-inch version as well. Never seen anybody know exactly who made these. I'll circle back to the value of this one, but I'm going to show you 2 other ones that you see more commonly that are something to buy if you find them. So generally speaking, the most desirable carved wood college mascot statue are Carter Hoffman statues. This is a Princeton University Carter Hoffman statue, 6-inch variety. They do make these in a 12-inch variety as well. 12-inch Carter Hoffmans, buy them if you find them. They bring 4 figures, sometimes 5 figures for the right school. So these are not going to be as valuable as the big ones. These still sell well, and you'll know it's a Carter Hoffman because I'll show it up here, but it will have Carter Hoffman stamped on the base, unless it's worn off. But usually you have Carter Hoffman on the base. This Princeton one, I think I have up for like $100 to $140, somewhere in that price range. Ivy League ones tend to be the most common, Yale, Harvard, Princeton, but some other more obscure schools, some of the Midwest, West Coast schools bring huge money, $400 or $500 for a small version of one of these carved statues. So if you see like a detailed carved wood mascot statue out at flea markets, yard sales, $5, $10, $40, $50, buy it. You're not going to go wrong buying it at those kind of prices. So this is the most desirable one, Carter Hoffman. The other style you might see is this one here. So this is an Henri brand mascot statue. Henri was an Italian company, so these will often have Italy somewhere, like made in Italy or Italy stamped on the base. If you see Italy on one of these carved college mascot statues, it's an Henri brand. Still have value, not on the tier of Carter Hoffman, but still have value. There was a group of like 15 or 20 schools that were found in a large warehouse find. This is one of them. This is a UMass Minuteman mascot statue. This one still has the paper label on the base because this was a warehouse find. I still have the original box that it came in. I have a group of these that were never opened. I opened this one for the video. But so these certain schools are more common. They still bring $40, $50, $60. But this same one 5 years ago probably would have been $100, $150 for an Henri before that find. But some of the schools that were not in that find still going to be still going to be valuable. Still $100, $150 probably for a non-re statue. Some more. These are generally a little less valuable, though, than the Carter Hoffman. Generally a little less detailed with the carving than the Carter Hoffmans as well. Circling back to this guy. So because no one really knows who made these, they're a little less valuable than Carter Hoffman. They're still equally as attractive, really well done, really detailed. I love these statues. So the smaller one of these, probably 100 to 150 in terms of value, but this guy being a 12-inch variety, this one sold for $299.99. So nice sale there. Definitely something to be on the lookout for. College mascot wood statues. Pick them up if you see them. But that wraps up my 10 sales. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe.